Hey there, Coach Chris here at the Critical Bench compound. Well, I'm in the office actually today, and I'm having fun sitting down sometimes and just talking about various life topics that I have the privilege of talking to you about. This one in particular is pretty interesting. It's about creating margin in your life, space in your life, because we are all living like very, very fast, right? Crazy speed. And this is a message, again, that I got from a church service at Grace Family here in Florida, and amazing message, and a really cool series about the speed in which we are going, and the fact that sometimes we just need to do a better job of saying no. So what is margin? Like if you think of a piece of paper, this is a good example that was mentioned in the sermon by Pastor Matt. If you think of a piece of paper, right, we all have white lined paper, and then there was always that red line that kind of went vertical, and you never went in that area. Like that area was reserved for maybe the teacher's comments or something. But there's certain areas on a page that are like a barrier, a buffer zone. And most of us live right up to the edge. Another example for margin would be like a guardrail, right? Say you're going over the Skyway Bridge. Well, down here in Florida, everyone knows the Skyway in the Tampa area. It's a huge, very high off the water bridge. Imagine going over that bridge without a guardrail. You'd probably want to not even go in that outside lane at all because you'd be so scared that if for some reason you swerved, that you'd be going off the bridge, right? But between the lane that you're driving in and the guardrail, what is there? There's space, there's margin. And we don't drive up against the guardrail. We drive a little bit off of it. And that margin is a necessary part of our lives in all regards, right? Not just driving or you writing on a piece of paper. This extra space that we need, and I have cheater notes down here. This is just stuff that I wrote from the message. This, and what I mean about the speed in which we live our lives, it's like, there's so much fast-paced everything nowadays, right? Whether it's social media or with our work, with our families, doing stuff all the time, always having plans. So think about this right here. The momentum of your life can cause you to miss the moments of life. Sometimes we need to just say no to an event, to something, to just sit back and have a day maybe to ourselves or just our immediate family. If you're married, significant other, whatever, kids or not, where you just have like a day off and you can decompress a little bit. How about, what about taking a random vacation day from work and just going somewhere that fills you up? Whether that's going for a hike somewhere, sitting by the beach reading, sitting by the beach and laying in a hammock, doing something for yourself to give you some space in your life, because we're always living right on that edge of just go, go, go. And it's so healthy and so necessary to have these moments where we can replenish ourselves a little bit, because ultimately you got to ask yourself, the question is the pace that you're going sustainable? We move so fast, we do so much. How long can that last? How long will that hold up? And I know so many people that are burning the candle at both ends and they can't keep it up. They hit a wall. I've seen people hit the wall, and sometimes people have to hit the wall in order to know, okay, where their margin needs to be. And I want to just read a couple little bit of scripture from Exodus. Everybody's heard about God created the world or the universe in 7 days, right? The end of that is, and on the seventh day he rested. In this way the Lord blessed the Sabbath, the day of rest. He made that a very special day. Even he, the creator of everything, took a day off, took a break, because he realized it's so very important for all of us to do that. Another really cool bit of scripture was from Psalm 23, 1 through 3. The Lord is my shepherd, I lack nothing. He makes me lie down in green pastures. He leads me beside quiet waters. He refreshes my soul. We work hard, we play hard. Sometimes we need to rest hard. We need to just dial it back, take a breath. If you like to meditate, if you like to just sit and do deep breathing, something that you need to do that really relaxes you, calms you. Some other cool stuff that I want to share with you is really something I know I need to do a better job at, and I'm sure if you're watching, you need to do a better job too. Say yes to important things and learn to say no to good things. How many times are you offering? And I'm not saying, it's pretty obvious if you're a good person, when somebody offers you probably a bad opportunity, you're going to just say no automatically. That's your knee jerk. But how often is there something that's good that's presented to us that really we don't need to be doing? But it's something that we'd like to maybe try and squeeze in, so we say yes just maybe out of obligation, or because we like the person, so we say yes to it. But really, we need to do a better job of saying no more often to good things, so that we can say yes to our priorities, to our number one things all the time. Okay? So it's not always about saying no to stuff that's crap or that's bad for us to get involved with. Well, that's pretty easy to do. It's hard to say no to good things that come our way. We need to just reserve our yeses for the great and the most important things. A really cool thing here for the acronym RSVP. So instead of the usual words that represent that acronym, you can think of it of this way. And again, this is a thanks to Pastor Matt for filling in these blanks here. He said, response shaped by valuable priorities. So RSVP, instead of that being like, don't forget to RSVP to my party, think about response shaped by valuable priorities. How important is this for me to say yes to? Is it a good thing, that'd be nice to be able to go to that, or is it a thing I must go do? Is the pace at which I'm living driven by pressure or priority? So live by priority. Try not to live by pressure. But eventually you're just going to lose. I don't know of anybody that lives in like a high pressure type existence and makes it very long without hitting burnout or rock bottom, or just ends up in a pretty maybe dark place. The best way to live is by your priorities, so that you are saying yes to what matters most, and you're able to say no to the stuff that might be nice, might be good, but isn't necessary. So ultimately what you can do is you can make two lists, right? You make one list that is the way you're currently living your life, the things that you're currently doing, all the stuff that you have going on in your day-to-day. And then you make another list with the stuff that's most important, your priorities, and just list it out, whether it's 5 things, 3 things, 10 things. Put all those most important kind of like life, the things that really are, that you hold most dear, whether it's work-related, family-related stuff. Put that in your priority, and then compare these two lists and see, am I living my day-to-day mostly off of this stuff list or this priority list? And the idea is to start, turning it around so that you're living by your priorities, and this stuff can just kind of fill in the gaps when you have the time to allow for that, when you have that margin, right? So try to do a better job in your life. I know I need to do a better job in mine of creating that margin, creating that space, giving myself that buffer zone. And I think even talking about it right now, I got to go to my calendar as soon as I'm done with this and mark off a couple of days this month and next month that I just put as a vacation day, even if it's just for myself. The kids will be at school, the wife will be at work or whatever, and I can just have a day to just go by myself and do something for me, just to give my head some space, some clarity, and to refocus and come back better. Think about that too. You come back better, recharged, refocused, and ready to tackle those priorities when you give yourself a little bit of that break, a little bit of that downtime. So hope this was helpful and beneficial to you. I really love to see some comments below what you thought about this message, and can't thank Grace Family Church enough for all their amazing messages every single week, and what a wonderful group of pastors and people that are at that amazing church. So thank you so much for watching, Coach Chris. And hey, before you go, be sure to check this free report I'm about to give you.